Here's week 7 of the GBA. This one's against a good friend of mine, Gubstacular. I played him week 1, but the D-Oxys managed to get the better of me in that week. It was my first week, but this time around I've made a few changes to my roster. I made a few trades, and unfortunately this game is going to be from Gubs' side. It's just, the way it's going to work, so I'm issuing a challenge to Gubs. I like that. Anyway, I led with Claydol because I didn't want to lead with Politoed because I thought he'd expect that, and I kind of forgot that grass is super effective against both ground and water, so forced to switch. I'm expecting Leaf Storm, some kind of grass stab. Sizer's a good come in for some grass stab, but he goes for a nasty plot. That's a max special defense Sizer, so if he hadn't plotted up, I could have lived, maybe if he wasn't specs and HP fire, but unfortunately, with a +2, HP fire is going to kill. So I have to go get Rain up first to weaken his fire, and then I can go back to Scizor, but he's got Sunny Day, so kind of majorly unfortunate, but now I've got to make a decision. Is he going to go for grass? Is he going to go for fire? I think he's going to go for grass because last time I just went into Politoed and nothing really happened, but he makes a fantastic move, goes for HP fire, takes me out right away, and at this point I finally smarten up and go into my specs Tornadus, which would have been able to take grass moves in the first place, so I should have gone to it first. I was just worried about 70% moves and stuff like that. I go for Heat Wave. In the sun, it's going to deal it's probably going to kill Celebi, to be honest, but I can see now that he has lots of HP investment, so maybe it wouldn't have. Anyway, don't want to take anything from Snorlax. I'm not going to do a lot because I'm specs onto Heat Wave, but he goes for Explosion or Self-Destruct rather as I go to Politoed, and I'm actually stunned I lived that. That's a massive hit, and I just took it. So obviously I'm not going to want to stay in. I need to preserve Politoed as long as I can, and no matter what kind of Tornadus Therian this is, Claydol's going to be able to take a few hits and get something done at least. It gets rocks up, but at this point it's no better than death fodder, so rather than let something else take a hit, I'm just going to sacrifice it. And I'm going to be able to go into Kendry. I'll be able to waterfall it, but wait, I do a damage calc and I find out that I'm going to just fall short of a KO, but if I get +1, I will be able to KO it. So that's what I went for +1, and I get confused. I knew I'd be able to live one Hurricane, and just based on how much it did to, I figured it a set based on how much it did to Claydol, and I got confused and then hit myself, so there's not really a lot I can do about that. I lose Kendry for virtually nothing, and my only hope is that Tornadus can take it down, because Manaphy can't take a hit from this thing and Pincer, so I'm just going to have to go for Specs Hurricane, hope I can get it, and thankfully, although I got confused again, I didn't hit myself this time, and at this point, I'm going to have to sacrifice Tornadus to a quick attack from Mega Pincer. So that kind of blows, but I'm still not quite out of it. Losing Kendry for nothing was a huge blow, but I'm still not quite out of it. Man, if he can live a return and get off an Ice Beam, and I think I can do around 75%, which is exactly what he's sitting at. I think the damage range is like between 68 and 76 or something like that, so I think I get a very high damage roll, which is very fortunate. I'm very much appreciative of that because we're getting into the end game here, and Gubs makes a mistake. All he has to do is go to Celebi and he wins the game with Giga Drain. He doesn't know that though. I think he just didn't expect rest on Manaphy, and honestly that's going to cost him the game at this point because I'm going to be able to get set up. If he'd gone to Celebi, like, he could have Giga Drained both my guys. Obviously Manaphy's faster, but unless I get a crit or a freeze, I'm not going to kill it from where it was at. And it looks like I said earlier, his Celebi had lots of HP investment. Instead, he went into Skarmory and he thought 2 Brave Birds would be able to finish me off, but I have rest on Manaphy, so if he stays in Brave Birds this turn, which he did, I'm going to be able to rest. It's not going to do enough, and this is my last dude, so he can't even roar me if he wants to, or Whirlwind, I guess, but I'm going to be able to get my +3, and after +3, I should be okay to win the game, but I go for +6 because I'm a greedy old bastard. He finally switches, but again, like, it's too late at this point because we know his Celebi has HP fire. He has to drop a point of speed, and drop a speed IV anyway, and I think that makes you drop a point of speed, so I don't think it was a speed tie. I really should double check that, but I don't know. I think because it wouldn't drop it if you didn't put any EVs in it, but if you put EVs in it, I don't know. It's messed up and confusing, and nobody likes it. But after I got my +6, even an Ice Beam is going to take down Gastrodon. I can't go for Surf because of Storm Drain, obviously. And then an Ice Beam is going to be able to finish off his Celebi. So it's a good thing I packed Ice Beam as my coverage move, because like sometimes I like to run Energy Ball, sometimes I like to run both and forgo Rest. But this was just the perfect Mana for the job today, and it's unfortunate for Gubbs, but you know, he's a good player. He'll bounce back, and you know, I expect to see him at least make a significant push for the playoffs moving forward. So it didn't work fully to perfection, but the Rain team in its first action gets a win. Wasn't the cleanest win, but you know, a win's a win, and I'll take it.